Welcome to the SOTA, Scoot on the Air Daily Hit, where we talk about some of the top stories of the day. If you haven't subscribed yet, we would love for you to subscribe to the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel. We've got a couple of interviews planned coming up. We're going to do this every day to just kind of let you have a different perspective on some of the things that are going on politically and socially and in terms of pop culture. This is basically politics and pop culture. There is always a lot going on, and there are so many jaded views of what's going on. How do you know where to go? Well, we hope that you will come to think of this as a source. I'm a maverick moderate. I've got opinions when it comes to every topic. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm registered and independent. And on some things, I'm very conservative. On some things, I'm very liberal. But people want to make sure that you're one or the other. They're uncomfortable if they don't know how you stand on everything. Well, it depends on the issue. And you know, I'm like a lot of you. And so that's why we're going to continue this maverick moderate movement in our country. Yesterday, we talked about the decorations at the White House that were criticized by Melania Trump. And this is so typical of what happens. I was on the air yesterday. I do a radio show on WWL, AM/FM, and .com. And you can go to the radio.com app and just type in WWL, and then you can stream us from anywhere. We have listeners all over the country. But yesterday it was interesting because I was essentially supporting Melania Trump. I was defending her. There was a lot of criticism of these red Christmas trees in this hallway with no decorations and no lights. And people were criticizing that. And they're saying it looked like a scene out of The Shining or a haunted house. And somebody put the meme of two twin girls in the hall in between the trees. And one lady sent out a tweet with these trees dipped in the blood of the children that are kept in cages at the border. I mean, it was really vicious stuff. So I defended Melania Trump and said, you know, every first lady has her opportunity to put her style on the Christmas decorations. And so Melania Trump did that. I thought they were kind of cool. So I defended her. But I could not believe the number of texts and a few phone calls that I got from people who said, I can't believe you're bashing Melania Trump. I also posted something on my Facebook page, which is Scoot on the Air. And we do daily videos there as well. And on the Facebook page, the question was, Melania Trump criticized for Christmas decorations. Is the criticism justified, or something to that effect? Do you know I got bashed by a lot of posts saying that I'm criticizing the Trumps, that why would I even talk about this topic? My God, I was defending Melania Trump. But what happens is, and this is one of the scary trends in this country right now, people react to the headline. They didn't even take time to watch the video. They reacted to the headline, assuming that I was going to be critical of Melania Trump. See, if we assume we know where somebody stands on an issue, we're not listening. I'll go back to that classic song from the 60s, The Sound of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel. Brilliantly redone by the group Disturbed. But in Sound of Silence, there's a line in there about people hear without listening. And that is so true today. People hear this stuff, but they're not listening to what's being said. And that is just so obvious when you see people reacting to a headline on Facebook over a video and not even checking out what the video is about. All right, so we don't have signage yet, but we will be getting some signage in here. So you will see this develop over time. This is the SOTA, Scoot on the Air, Daily Hit, and we would love for you to subscribe to this, and then you'll get an alert every time we post something. Okay, so a lot to talk about. President Trump's close attorney, well, his former close attorney, Michael Cohen, pleaded guilty in court today that he lied to Congress about the dealings with Russia during the campaign. This may not be good for President Trump. Also, Paul Manafort. Um, it seems like his new lies and the stuff that's coming out with him, it seems like that could reflect poorly on President Trump. But again, we don't know. It does seem like there's a lot of activity with the Mueller probe, and something's going to happen soon. I know many people just think it's a witch hunt. I don't think it is. I don't know that it touches President Trump yet. We will find out. But regardless of what you think of President Trump, we as Americans, and particularly conservatives who claim to have such a strong moral compass, they should care if somebody breaks the rules. They should care if somebody breaks the law. They should care if somebody does something unethical. But many won't. They won't care because it's Trump. And to me, that's total political hypocrisy. So we'll see what happens. I don't know that there's collusion, and collusion in itself is not even illegal. It seems like a lot of people around the president were doing some bad stuff, and they got caught, and they're pleading guilty. And the president seems to be really nervous right now, so I don't know. If you're innocent, why are you so nervous? Anyway, so we're watching that. Trent Reznor, the frontman for 9 Inch Nails, they're on a concert tour. 9 Inch Nails was in Irving, Texas. And Trent Reznor said on stage that Republican Senator Ted Cruz was begging him to get on the guest list. He wanted to get backstage passes to the 9 Inch Nails concert. Ted Cruz tried to get backstage with 9 Inch Nails. I know that seems like it's juxtaposed to each other, but okay, so he tries to get backstage. Well, Trent Reznor told him to F off. And I know this is YouTube and we could probably say it, but there's no need to say it. He told him to F off. He told the audience on stage, Ted Cruz has been bugging me to get on the guest list. I told him to F off. I'm sure the crowd was pleased with that. All right, so big news here locally, and really this is a really big game around the country. The Saints play the Cowboys tonight on Monday Night Football. On Thursday Night Football. Big nationally televised game. The Cowboys have won 3 in a row. The Cowboys looked really good in their win last week. But the Saints have won 10 in a row. The Saints have looked almost unstoppable. So what happens tonight? I went to the Dallas Morning News website, and the Dallas Morning News has 5 things that Cowboy fans should know about the Saints. Number 1, the Saints and the Cowboys have played 28 times. The Cowboys lead the series 16-12. Number 2, the Saints are the hottest team in the NFL, winning 10 in a row. If the Saints beat the Cowboys tonight on Thursday Night Football in Texas at AT&T Stadium, the Saints clinch a playoff berth. Number 3, this is the number 3 thing that Cowboy fans need to know about the Saints. Drew Brees is on the short list to be MVP in the NFL, something he's never won, and maybe has deserved it in the past. Certainly at this point in the season, he seems to deserve it. Number 4, the Saints have the number 1 offense. And there was a specific mention of Michael Thomas, wide receiver, and Alvin Kamara, a running back, who is also a great receiver out of the backfield. I mean, these guys are awesome. And then there's Mark Ingram. And finally, number 5, run defense. The Saints have the number 1 run defense in the NFL. And the Cowboys, Ezekiel Elliott, has had 3 really good games. In fact, I think he's had 100 yards 3 consecutive games. So that's a key. If Dak Prescott, quarterback, and if he can throw the ball, and if the running game gets going with Ezekiel Elliott, this could be a long night for the Saints. I'm concerned. As a Saints fan, I'm concerned about the game. But I think the Saints are going to win. And Jerry Jones has told his team to treat this game tonight as if it is the Super Bowl. The Saints and the Cowboys have really not gotten along very well. You know, I remember I was at a bar in downtown New Orleans, not far from where I live here downtown. This is a true story. And there's these two black guys at the end of the bar. And they're talking about football, and the Cowboys were coming to town, and they're talking about the Cowboys. And a lot of Saints fans really hate the Cowboys. Many Saints fans call them the Cowgirls. So with that hate for the Cowboys, these two guys are talking, and I overhear one of them say, "Let me tell you how much I hate the Cowboys. If the KKK had an NFL team, I would pull for them over the Cowboys." That is hate for the Cowboys. It's going to be interesting to see what happens tonight. I think the Saints will win, but the Saints will win only if they take this game very, very seriously, because the Cowboys are rolling, and the Cowboys are atop of a relatively weak division in terms of teams with great records. So the Saints have got to focus on this game and doing what they're doing. I have a feeling that this year, Sean Payton and Drew Brees are focusing on it game by game, and they're not taking anything for granted. And I've seen the Saints the past few years in the 7-9 series, which happened a couple of years in a row. I've seen the Saints get really excited, and it's like they score a touchdown or two, and then it's like they give up. Oh, we got this. And they come back and end up losing the game. I don't see that happening with this Saints team. They seem to be on a mission. Hopefully the Saints win tonight. I'll see you tomorrow on Scoot on the Air Daily Hit. Have a great day.